8th of November 2016, at 8 o'clock, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced demonetization exercise in India by withdrawing 500,000 currency notes from public use.
Now I would request Principal Ma'am to kindly grace the occasion with her address.
Our administrative and accounting modes, as well as our own students, have already, even before demonetization and the movement towards digitization of the economy or less cash transaction, we have been already in the mode of less cash transaction. Our accounts department has for a long time now been transferring cash digitally through RTGS, NEFT, and recently, in very recent times, the online admission mode this year, as well as the UGC's directive to the colleges regarding transfer of funds, as well as of the process of giving grants to teachers and other research scholars, have all been in electrical mode. However, with a specific agenda which is dictated also by or desired also by the national agenda. On 1st December, while you were all busy doing your final exams, the college was receiving through its national knowledge network the address by the Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development, Shri Prakash Javadekar, who appealed to institutions of higher learning throughout the country to participate in the move towards cashless transaction. We were fortunate enough to have our colleagues from non-teaching staff as well as our senior faculty, including the vice principal, members of the computer science faculty from environment studies, and so on, mass media and mass communication. We were fortunate to have all of them here to receive that address, and one of the major thrusts of that address was that this move towards the less cash mode would become possible with the involvement of students. And in what I feel is one of the mass movements, most significant mass movements called by a government, every student was asked to fan out and adopt 10 households or even 10 people who did not know how to transact digitally, and introduce various kinds of financial instruments to them which could successfully orient them towards using this mode of transaction. Subsequently, the NCC and NSS divisions of the college met after the exams, immediately after the exams, and adopted or moved into some of the marketplaces, neighborhood marketplaces, which is as the minister had desired, to school them about the digital economy. Like so many mass movements, we know that finances and cash in our own culture is a matter of culture. It's not only an instrument of transaction. Possession of cash, possession of gold, possession of property, these have cultural overtones. These are part of our social fabric and have significance beyond their mere nominative value. They have cultural significances, which is why in all these three, possession of cash, possession of property, possession of gold, there is so much resistance in moving away from traditional modes of practices. And sure enough, when our students moved into the marketplace, there was resistance in switching to any other kind of economy or any other kind of transaction as desired.
Now, Kanksha Joshi will present the presentation for the workshop.
Hi, hello everyone. So before we begin with the presentation, I would like to ask you all a question. Okay, so how many modes of digital transactions do you all know about as of now? Anyone would like to share?
Credit cards and ATM cards primarily.
Yes.
But I did a transaction with a small shopkeeper who had brought stuff from Kashmir. And he gave me a different, I used my credit card, but I got it was a different kind, I think it was Aadhaar based program. And he said आपके आ जाएगा, receipt भी आ जाएगी, online आ जाएगी, आपको सब कुछ, वो आ गई, by the end of the day I received it. So this was very informative for me.
Yes, ma'am. So we'll talk about that as well today. Also, no one here uses Paytm?
Many. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, Paytm wale.
Yeah, so that's also a method of digital transaction. Alright, so let's begin.
But you can't use your traditional credit card or on the ATM.
Ma'am, we can use our debit card.
You can use a debit card.
There are
There are modes of
Yes, sir.
That's
Alright.
what I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because that chap always tells me, हमारा सब्जी वाला, मैडम पेटीएम कर सकते हो तो करो. मैंने कहा मेरा एटीएम कार्ड है, नहीं होगा.
मैम वो सिंक हो सकता है, ऐप से सिंक हो सकता है.
करेगा मैम, ऐप से नहीं करना पड़ेगा. देखते हैं फिर.
Alright. So after USSD, we'll talk about Unified Payment Interface (UPI). That is what I mentioned 2 minutes ago. So what is UPI? UPI is basically an app that is made available by your bank, and there is also an app which has been made available by the government of India. It is called BHIM, which stands for Bharat Interface for Money. So if you start using this app, you can then connect to any bank in India, and then you can set your account on BHIM, and then you can perform any transaction you want. Requirements for UPI: smartphone with internet facility and your bank account details.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका हमारे चैनल हैक्स ऑफ लाइफ में। आज हम आपको बताएंगे कि आप भारत सरकार द्वारा लॉन्च की गई एक नई ऐप भीम को कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं। इसके लिए सबसे पहले आपको प्ले स्टोर में जाना होगा। इस ऐप का लिंक हम आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे देंगे, तो प्लीज डिस्क्रिप्शन जरूर पढ़िएगा। तो इसमें आप भीम सर्च करें, BHIM। आपको लिंक में ये ऐप सीधा ही मिल जाएगी। यदि आप सर्च करेंगे तो ये बहुत नीचे होगी, क्योंकि अभी नई नई लॉन्च हुई है और इसके डॉलर्स बहुत कम है। ये आपको भीम मिल गई है। अब इसे इंस्टॉल बटन पर क्लिक करके इंस्टॉल कर ले। बहुत ही छोटी ऐप है, लगभग 1 या 2 MB की इंस्टॉल हो चुकी है। उसके बाद आप इसे ओपन कर लें। उसके बाद आपको लैंग्वेज चूज करनी है और यहाँ पर नेक्स्ट पे क्लिक करें और लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड पे क्लिक कर दें। यहाँ पर अब आपको अपना मोबाइल नंबर वो चूज करना है जिससे आपका बैंक अकाउंट लिंक्ड है। यदि आपका मोबाइल मार्शमेलो एंड्रॉइड मार्शमेलो से अबव है तो आपके पास ये ऑप्शन आएगी चूज करने की। और यदि ये मोबाइल आपका मार्शमेलो से नीचे का एंड्रॉइड वर्जन है तो इसके लिए आप सेटिंग्स में जाएं। सेटिंग्स में जाने के बाद यहाँ सिम मैनेजमेंट पर क्लिक करें और यहाँ पर डिफॉल्ट सिम सेटिंग्स में डिफॉल्ट सिम अपना वो वाला सिम चूज करें जिससे आपका बैंक अकाउंट लिंक्ड है और उसके बाद नेक्स्ट बटन पे क्लिक कर दें। पहली बार के लिए ऐप आपके मोबाइल से एक मैसेज भेजेगी और आपका मोबाइल नंबर वेरीफाई हो जाएगा। आप उसके बाद आपको एक एटीएम पिन सेट करना है। ये पिन आपकी ऐप का कोड होगा और उस कोड भरने के बाद टिक पे क्लिक करें। उसके बाद आपको दोबारा से पासवर्ड भरने के बाद आपके पास ऐप खुल जाएगी। अब हम आपको इसे यूज करने का तरीका बताएंगे। इसके लिए यदि आपको किसी को भी पैसे भेजने तो सबसे पहले बैंक अकाउंट पे क्लिक करें। उसके बाद यहाँ पर आपके लिंक्ड बैंक अकाउंट आ जाएंगे। यदि आपका कोई भी अकाउंट लिंक नहीं होगा तो आपको इस तरह का कुछ दिखेगा, मैं आपको बताता हूँ। यहाँ पर आपके पास सभी बैंक आ जाएंगे। इसमें से जो भी आपका बैंक है उसे चूज करिए। जैसे मेरा बैंक यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया है। अकाउंट चूज करने के बाद ये आप मेरा अकाउंट नंबर अपने आप ऑटो पिकअप हो गया। ये वो अकाउंट नंबर पिकअप होगा जो आपके मोबाइल नंबर से लिंक्ड है। उसके बाद इस पर क्लिक करें। लिंक होने के बाद यहाँ पर आपको सेंड पे क्लिक करना है। सेंड पे उसके बाद आप किसी का भी मोबाइल नंबर या पेमेंट एड्रेस भरें। जैसे मेरा मोबाइल नंबर 98, जैसे मैं अपना वर्चुअल एड्रेस भर रहा हूँ। यहाँ पर आपके पास एक बहुत बढ़िया वेरीफाई की भी ऑप्शन है। इससे आप पहले कंफर्म कर सकते हैं कि ये किसका अकाउंट है। जैसे यहाँ पर नाम आ गया है। यहाँ पर आपको अमाउंट भरनी है। मान लीजिए मैं 50 रुपए भेजना चाहता हूँ और यहाँ पर पे पे क्लिक कर दें। उसके बाद आपने जो एम बैंकिंग के लिए यूपीआई पिन अपनी ऐप का जो आपने यूपीआई पिन एम बैंकिंग का सेट किया हुआ है वो आपके पास आ जाएगा और यहाँ पर वो पिन भर दें। पिन भरने के बाद आप ओके कर दें और ये पेमेंट आपकी कंप्लीट हो जाएगी। बहुत ही आसानी से आपकी पेमेंट कंप्लीट हो जाएगी। अब हम आपको इसके कुछ फायदे बताते हैं। सबसे पहला इसका फायदा ये है कि इसके लिए आप किसी भी बैंक अकाउंट से किसी भी बैंक अकाउंट में पैसे ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं। आपको किसी भी ज्यादा कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी। आपका जो पेमेंट एड्रेस होगा वो आपका मोबाइल नंबर होगा और मोबाइल नंबर के बाद आपको @UPI डालना होगा। आप इसे चेंज भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अच्छा होगा कि आप अपने मोबाइल नंबर के साथ ही अपना एड्रेस रखें। जो भी आदमी आपका मोबाइल नंबर के साथ @UPI डाल देगा आपका अकाउंट पिकअप हो जाएगा और आप उस आदमी से पैसे ले सकते हैं। आप इसके लिए QR कोड प्रिंट करके अपनी दुकान पर भी लगा सकते हैं या किसी भी जगह पर, जिससे कि आदमी वो आपको पे कर सके और और आप पेमेंट एक्सेप्ट कर सकते हैं। वीडियो को देखने के लिए आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। प्लीज
any doubts, anyone? अच्छा, इसमें one thing you need to notice is the logo of Bhim app. That is very important for when you go and download the app, because you'll not find it so easily. So it is 2 triangles. One is orange and the other one is green. The orange overlaps the green triangle. That is the logo of the app. Alright, another very interesting fact about Bhim. This came in the newspaper 2 days ago. Bhim uses a 3-factor authentication, and so the developers say that it is safer than an e-wallet which uses a 1-factor authentication. So जो Bhim है उसमें जो 3 factors जिनकी authentication होती है, that those are your device ID, your mobile number and your UPI pin. Alright, so without these 3 you cannot send or receive money through Bhim. So that is why Bhim, if you are thinking of using it, go for it, because it is very, very safe.
Today we all have gathered here for the digital literacy workshop. NSS, in collaboration with Gandhi Study Circle, has organized digital literacy workshop under the project schema of Vidya Saksharta Abhiyan, which is proposed by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource and Development. Today we have with us Mr. Randhir Mishra. He is Economic Honours graduate from Kirodimal College, Delhi University, and Executive MBA HR from Symbiosis, Pune. He joined SBI as a probationary officer and has handled some key posts related to high-value loans and advanced as well as retail loans in various postings in Mumbai. He is presently Chief Manager and Faculty with SBI's Apex Training Center at State Bank Academy, Gurgaon, with experience more than 15 years. We welcome you, sir. Please give him a big round of applause. I will request Akansha with a token of love. I will invite sir with please
Before
come.
that, I would need to connect that. Just do it for me.
Yes.
Sure. And we have something to move it.
We could have somebody sitting there who could move it for him.
We don't need. In praising me, I would have brought my boss. I'm due for promotion next year. Never mind. When she called me and said that we have had a talk with kind of digital economy and digitalization, the very genesis of it is basically demonetization. And I was slightly reluctant, half yes, half no, because the problem is that the moment you utter this word demonetization, the whole country, they will get divided into two halves. So either you are supporting it or you are dead against it, depending upon your political affiliation. So, that means that howsoever good I perform as a speaker here today, half of you will not be cheering for me. That's always the danger there. But that brings me to another fact that probably howsoever bad I perform as a speaker today, half of you will be on my side. So that's a big comfort. What we'll do is, we'll have before we start, I will start with this. We call it no risk, no champagne. So you want to have some good champagne, you have to take some risk. So demonetization is basically nothing but this. Go ahead. So this is what our session plan will be. I've been given 40 odd minutes. So basically we'll talk a little bit on demonetization, then why should we go for a cashless economy, what are the various ways we are having in our hands if we want to go cashless, what are the precautions which we need, and finally I'll throw myself open to the all the questions, including related to anything about the banking, as well as if any of you are interested in making career in banking, that too. So start next, please. Yeah. Demonetization has no parallel in the history. When it was done to an economy which was, kind of peaceful economy, everything is going well, the economy is hitting almost 7.5% odd growth rate. If you take the whole world economy, 7.5 is a very, very robust growth. Whenever it was done in the earlier other parts of the universe, primarily it was done when it was like hyperinflation, inflation going into thousands of percent, or there was some serious threat on because of the counterfeit notes, or like it happened in Euro case, they wanted to convert it to all these to euros, so they gave some time for the conversion. It never has happened. Like in '78 also, we had gone for this demonetization, so to say. Days were not very normal then. It was very volatile kind of economy when we had to take a very tough decision for going for monetization. So as such, there is no parallel in the history where you can compare this particular situation with that situation, that when we had done demonetization, what has happened. Because this is a pretty normal time and we never had demonetization in any kind of normal time. First thing.